with chapter 10, we are now in it to win it. We are going to basically be doing some pretty neat stuff in here. We're going to be using multiple forms. We're going to be doing stuff that's going to blow your mind. So here's the deal. I've already gone ahead and in my world, knowing that I could probably screw up at any moment, I've gone with the starts and I've copy pasted. I'm going to work out of my pasting one for now. I'm going to go open a project, and so we're going to accomplish, by the way, 338 exercise 10-1 number 1. So oh, it was nice. I lost. Did I open folder or open project? I hope I did that. Oh, well, sunshine, thank you for that. All right, so where we were in here, we're in here, we're in here. No, not there. No, back up, back up. We're in here, we're in here, we're in here, we're in here. All right, man, I'm not sure why I got that idea, but that's fine. And I am using the Enterprise Edition, right? I got a couple of different editions on here, so no, I don't know why I did it, but that's fine. All right. So when we run this app, it doesn't say to run it, but let's run it just because it's good to know what we're looking at. And we're looking at basically this form here. It's a customer form. It is going to look vaguely like, is it here? Oh no, they don't have an image of it in the slides. So sorry about that. But anyways, it doesn't look any better than this. And this thing here is completely wasted. There's like nothing going on. So that's it for that. Let's have a look now. When we expand it, it looks like basically, you know, someone was doing their homework for chapter 2, and then they went off, and that was that. So it's our job to finish this. So if I look basically at number 2, it says rename form 1 to firm customer. Easy enough to do. So we're going to click on this, right click, and use the rename. I'm going to go firm, and I got to make sure I'm right here, customer. And when I hit the enter, it's going to say you're renaming a file. Would you like to basically rename all the other stuff that actually references that name? And I think so. So I'm going to go. Awesome. So I've renamed it. Now it says add a second form named firm payment. How do you do that? Well, I think the easiest way to do this is to click on the actual project. You can get rid of this thing later, but anyway, right click, and there is an add. I said that was the simplest way. Right there, an add. I just obscured it. I'm going to add a new item. And what kind of item am I going to add? I'm going to add a form. I'm going to add a form. I'm going to go add, and there he is. A new firm 1. So I got firm 1, and I've got the customer form. So I got these two dudes. Firm 1, it says I'm supposed to name it. So firm payment. Right click on the right form grant, right click on it, rename to firm payment. Boom. Awesome. Sure. I'm going to rename the file. Yes, absolutely. That's very important to me. So I got firm payment and whatever, and we more or less finished number 3. Okay, so the next bit, it says add controls. So number 4, add controls to the payment forms and set the properties of these forms so that they are like all of this stuff on 10.15. Now 10.15, they didn't even make, I don't think these made it to the slides. So what I'm thinking about doing is I will probably very loosely graphically build this form. This one, we actually did have the image of it. It's this one here on slide 4. And by the way, if you're in your book, it's on page 329. But what they didn't do is they didn't bother going down and showing us in the slides, which I guess makes sense, what the properties are that they want us to set these to. And that can make for some really boring viewing. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to throw in the controls. Then I'm going to unpause the video. And then maybe at that point, start going through my properties. All right, so what I just did there is I just basically grabbed the form and I literally just dragged over this stuff. Radio buttons, the group box, which is in containers. Labels you should know, check boxes, the 2 buttons. These are, what do they call it? The combo boxes. Yep, combo boxes. This is a list box. This is just your normal text box. So now the next step for me is I'm going to have to go through page 331 and adjust all the various properties to that. So I'm going to do that also off camera. So that should be a lot of fun. Before I do that, it occurs to me that it'd be good for you guys to sort of appreciate maybe how to find these things again. So for example, the first bit is I got to change the name and the text of the form. So if you click on the form, you get all these properties. Remember that you can list them in groups, or if someone's gone through the trouble of listing every single property you got to change, and all you want to do is do an alphabetical search, I should say, I could click on this button to get an alphabetical, and then at this point, it becomes easier to find. Also, it's easier to find. I can't find it now, but anyway, the other thing I'd say too is remember that of course you got these expands and collapses as well to contend with. Should you be trying to do this as well? So have fun. I'll be right back. Well, that was the most amount of fun I've had for quite a bit. All right, so a couple things just so you know when you're doing this yourself is first of all, I think I got it right. I think I got everything in there, which is pretty cool. One thing I don't like about the book, they kind of said, you know, they had a big list of what your objects were and what to change, but you certainly couldn't change them in that particular order, right? For example, there's a line there in the changing the actual form property, and in the form property there was accept button, and now I'm realizing I didn't actually do this one. Actually, the accept button was button OK, but I didn't have a button OK before, right? Because that button OK wasn't set until a bit later. And I guess there's also a cancel too, which, right? Cancel button beginning with C. So cancel button. So think about it now. I might not have actually completed my little exercise because I remember I got a little bit frustrated as I was going through, it's not, you know, this stuff isn't set up yet. So what I would do is I would set the names of the objects first, and then I'd go through that list and basically set all the properties. All right, so I'm pretty confident I probably screwed some of that up, but that's okay. That should be basically number 4. It then says to view the tab order, which I thought was supposed to be up here somewhere. So let's see if I click in here and I go, well, I know, by the way, of course, there's tab order down here too. There was anyway, right over here. Isn't there like a tab? The tab stop and a tab index, right? But I thought there'd be like a view and then a tab order in here somewhere, and I did not see it. So I'm just going to basically ignore that for now because I'm sure, well, yeah, I'm going to leave it there. All right. I think that's actually where we're going to stop, because I think that the next video I'll add the code for the customer form, and then probably the next one will be for the payment form. Yeah, that was probably one of the more tedious ones to actually do.